Welcome back, fantasy listeners. What a special week we just had, Magic Round. Did you enjoy yourself?
I enjoyed myself, Ben. So it was good Magic round. You know, we had some great results. I believe every game, well, for the first couple of days was 1 to 12 margins. Then the Storm blasted out the Eels. So
And the Wires, we can't forget about that.
yeah,
Wires
the
game.
Wires. What a
That was
what a
probably
game that
game of
was.
the year so far.
Yeah, I mean the Wires all ticker. I mean, how many injuries they have? SJ. Who else? RTS, and then Toru Harris, and then they had a few injuries mid game as well with Montoya, Egan. So definitely the win of the week there. But we move on to Indigenous round, Bents, this week.
Yes, going to be special. Maybe not as busy in the Caxton Street this week, but but also I do want to shout out everyone who did say good day to us at the Caxton Street, Caxton. What's it called? The Caco Hotel.
Yeah.
It was very special, made us feel very welcome. So we appreciate you as always, but I reckon we can get straight into it.
Well, let's not get straight into it because we got to touch on last week's team, or Magic Round's team, because it was a special week for all out. 1,006 points, 3,066th overall for round 11. Still not in the top 10K, but we move. We're getting there. Galvin 63, Hines 140 as skipper, Deadwoods, Carraz, Armstrong. That back three was kicking it.
Fantastic.
This week, Garrick 77. Our only really let down was Finu, who had severe cramp apparently.
He has been a bit of a letdown the last few weeks.
He has been. And Cotter, who got 31. But week 64, Picor with 36 for the try. We asked for double digits. He prevailed. So that's all you can ask for him.
I think if you got over 950 last round, you deserve a pat on the shoulder. Good job.
Yeah, good job. But we will move on to round 12, mate, because there's some good news here in TLT. Jamin Salmon, for those that held him, he's back and starting. So he's pushed Preston out of the side, which is good news.
Very helpful for round 13 as well, because the doggies are playing round 13. So although Salmon has been awfully mid the whole year, and Hughes has been slowly building, both of them keeps definitely just for that round 13 bye.
Well, Sammy Hughes, good thing you touched on him. 445K he is now. He just keeps chipping away, doesn't he?
Yeah. Sam Hughes, it's like one you haven't really noticed how well he's been doing. He's just been slowly making money, and he's nearly at that sell point, but his break even is still 25.
25,
so just hold him until he has a poo performance.
Just one change for the Drags. Their verse on Thursday night. Luciano Lualua remains from injury on the bench.
Yeah, I guess that would affect anyone who has Tom Eisenhuth, but I wouldn't say he's an urgent sell if you do have him.
No. Next game, mate, Cowboys versus the West Tigers. Now, these Cowboys, they need that win, and Todd Payton's gone with the same 17, which means Fine Fuiaki stays on the bench. Is he a sell, or would you wait one more week for round 13 bye?
You got to wait for the bye.
Yeah.
If you have enough trades to sell them, it's a luxury trade at this point. I know everyone's been using 3 trades every week at the moment, but he would be a luxury trade. Just hold him for now.
And for the Tigers, look, there's no real news here, fantasy-wise, I would say.
Jaden Sullivan has actually been a star for that team. He just scored 80 for the Tigers and is starting once again. However, the only issue there is just Aiden Caesar. I think he's back around 14 or 15.
Yeah.
But I know his break-even's like -10 or -13 or something like that. So he's definitely a sleeper this week.
And I think it's a new centre pairing for the Tigers, Declan Casey and Josh Felity. So
Olam got suspended for 1 week, so he'll be back soon.
Yeah, not really much else to touch on there. Look, it's going to be a flying TLT pod, this one. The Eagles play Manly on Friday night as well. This is going to be a great game. For those that bought Teletide Cooler, if you've got 40 something, you move on.
It's his worst score he's ever got at fullback, technically, and it's fullback. But everyone saw how well he played. He had a few errors there, but he's a star. He's going to be a really good player.
Jason Saab's back for the Eagles. Not really much news.
Yeah, I guess it could be good for the backs in general for the Seagulls, because he gets a lot of line breaks, helps people with try assists. So I'd say it's good for everyone else in the team.
For the Storm, now big news out of the Storm, and for Queensland, obviously, with Cameron Munster gone with a groin injury, missing the whole of Origin. Nate, Tyrone Wishart, he's been special, hasn't he?
He's been really good to watch. He runs the ball a lot. However, he's not starting halfback this week. He's starting 5'8". Although Jerome Hughes is on watch right now, he might get removed closer to the day. If he starts at halfback once again, Tyron Wishart definitely could be like a fantastic pickup if you don't have him already.
I don't think Wishart playing 6 is going to be much of a deterrent for his scores, because he just runs the ball anyway. He doesn't pass. He's one of those guys that just hogs it the whole time.
And as we know, big Cam Munster, he's injured for about 8 to 10 weeks, missing the whole Origin. Disappointing for us Queenslanders, but I guess for Tyron Wishart, it means he's going to have a role there for a while. So
Oh, yeah. Big
even
time.
if he stays at that number 6, he's going to make some money. So it's probably one of the cheapest of the week for sure.
Another guy that's been eating and has a great draw, which the Storm does, is Eli Katoa.
Mm-hmm.
He got 69 points on the weekend. I believe he's averaging 54.9.
Sleeper.
He's probably a bit expensive now. He's 740K, but he's been scoring really well.
Yeah, and the new fullback, obviously, Falogo. I don't know how to say it exactly, Falongo. I
Yeah,
apologize for that pronunciation, but he's been slowly chipping away as well. I think he got about 40 odd. So
Perhaps
he
back
could
in a couple of weeks, though, is the
but
only issue.
I guess good job if you picked him up.
Raiders, Roosters. Now, Roosters, Joe Marnie returns. So anyone who held Cleary for that 1 week, I think Joe Marnie would be a good pickup to trade him in. Being a centre and playing the bye round. So that's a really good pickup there.
And if Teddy goes for Origin, which I think at this rate it
think we
looks
would,
like he is, he's going to go back to fullback as well, Manu. So, and we all know how he goes at fullback. He's probably one of the best players in the whole game. So he's a buy either way.
This is also why you don't trust Robbo's minutes in the forward pack. Nat Butcher's been dropped back to the reserves.
I've just bought him last week, and that actually hurts so bad because he scored so well, 57. I told a lot of people he was a buy because he was. And he's just been dropped despite not even having a bad game.
Yeah,
and they've got White starting at lock.
They only lost by 8.
Exactly. It's just a weird decision to me. But for the Nat Butcher holders, I guess you just hold him and just, especially through that Origin, I think Crichton might go for Origin. So just hold him. He should be back.
And Connor Watson's the other news. He's out with a throat injury for a month, I believe.
Yeah, very disappointing because people are saying there's a smoky for the utility role, which I definitely would have rated if I was a New South Wales fan, but yeah, sad to see.
Not much news for the Raiders. Peter Holler comes in on the bench to replace the veteran Josh Papali, who is being changed because suspension, I believe. He got that hip drop tackle or something like that. Not really much else news there. This is going to be a belter game. Sharks, Panthers on the Saturday night, I believe. Saturday, the middle game on Saturday. Look, Sharks have sort of cemented themselves as the front runner, you would have to think, wouldn't
Sharks have really, they've shown that they are the real deal. Everyone was sleeping on them the whole year. And now look at them. It's going to be tough for everyone who has Hines, whether to captain him or not, because although this year hasn't really shown many signs to be poor against the big teams, but I've seen in the past he has sometimes got very poor scores against the very good teams. However, the Panthers did just lose at the Wires, so if you do have Hines, I'm pretty sure he should be captaining him. So,
look, Braden Trindle is again listed on the reserves for the Sharks. It is a bit annoying, but I think Atco just keeps his spot. He's just chipping away nicely, and it's hard to change a winning side as well. They keep winning.
I think he should be safe for now, as long as they keep winning. And Trindle is still got the question marks around him, so just obviously hold him for now.
Now, Flats gets his pot of the week finally from 3 weeks ago because Scotty Sorensen has been promoted into the starting side. After returning from a knee injury off the bench last week. Look, I wouldn't be buying him straight away. I know Flats probably would be considering his side at the moment, but he is definitely still a pod, and before his injury was scoring quite well. So
yeah, he's an interesting one for sure. I'm also looking Jack Cole. He performed quite poor last week for Panthers. I know he was about 240K odd. He only scored 32, and sadly, Brad Snyder, I think he's rehabbing quite well with his knee, and he's set to be back in just 2 weeks. So he's one to be a bit weary of, but obviously if you have him, hold him until he gets dropped.
Yeah, Jackie Cole's vomit on the weekend was disgraceful.
Oh, that was disgusting.
For the Rabbitohs Eels game, Jack White, and they've finally moved him into the halves. So he's going to be playing 5'8". Cody Walker to halfback. Dion Harper has been moved to 18th man. So if you got him, that's a bit of a upsetting news for you. Latrell came back with a bang last week. He got 80 odd, I think.
Yeah, he's a sleeper as well. I don't know if he'll get picked right now, but he just continues to score playing fullback, getting 80. He's not necessarily playing that well, but he's getting really good attacking stats, and he just keeps cooking. And Jack Whiten as well. He's only averaged about 30 so far playing centers. He's been quite diabolical to say the least. And obviously for the halves, for the Raiders, he averaged 40s to 50s. So he's definitely one to keep an eye on as well, but I can assume his break-even is quite high this round.
Now, I was going to be thinking that Trent Barrett was going to make a host of changes for the Eels, considering it's his first week in the main job as interim head coach. But no, he's gone with pretty much the same side, but Bryce Cartwright reverts to the bench because Ryan Madison is back after his 1 week off with illness, which is good news for us because we have him. It was a bit of an annoying out there on the end of the Magic Round, but it's okay.
I know Blaze Talagi had a bit of a mid-score 35. He did score as well. It's a bit worrying, but he played well enough to
They're
keep
playing
his
the Storm
spot.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, and I can assume he'll probably find a spot in the back row. The back line, even when Moses does come back. And I also do want to mention from the Rabbitohs, Damien Cook. We did mention last week, bit of a sleeper with their rotation on the bench. He's been playing really high minutes despite having another hooker on the bench. And he's just scored 64 and he had 57 the week before.
Yeah.
And he's only 688K right now. And obviously not playing Origin. I'm not sure if they're playing around 13.
No, they're not.
They're not?
No.
That's the only thing, but he is definitely value right now.
Oh, big time. Broncos, Titans, the Q Club clash, you could say. Two big inclusions for the Broncos. Reece Walsh is back in, which is great for us, and Billy Walters. So any one of those got Rogers. It's diabolical for you.
Yeah, no good.
Stags will miss the match. Cobbo returns to the centres. Cobbo's been scoring really well, but he is getting
very
a bit
inconsistent.
Yeah, very inconsistent, and will probably play Origin.
Exactly. I would be avoiding him. And sadly as well, Brendan Piakura, he's just the biggest face palm in the whole game right now. He scored a try, got 36 with a bit of boost.
He's a hold again. He
was about 28 at halftime, and you're like, oh my goodness, he's actually going to hit like 40. And no, he finished on 36. But once again, at least he's going to make a bit of money now. But we just got to hope he scores every week.
Double digits, we'll take it.
He's
Double
getting
digits. Payne Haas has been named after probably going down with what looked to be an awful injury, then reviving and coming back.
It looked
in the
like
game.
he was going to retire after that injury, and he just magically came back. So shout out to the doctors at Broncos. They're doing some magic over there. Good to see him back.
Fullback Jaden Campbell remains on the sideline with a knee injury for the Titans, which is bad news for them. Tom Weaver actually had a really good game on the weekend. He's been named to start again at halfback for the Titans.
We were really slandering the Titans' selections last week, saying, wow, they're playing hookers in every position. But they actually played really well, and people argued they got robbed with that, was it Kelly's try or something?
Yeah, I thought they got robbed
But
as well.
apparently it wasn't a try, but it was good to see that they played well despite having so many outs.
Veteran halfback Kieran Foran will be back in the next week or this week because he's listed among the reserves. So
yeah, well, sadly he does have lolly legs. He gets injured pretty much every week, so just probably avoid him at this point.
Wires Dolphins. Now this would be another good game because the Wires are humming after that win against the Penrith Panthers. Barry, Nick Corey and Freddie Lussick are all back from concussion, which is very good news. Wade Egan will miss the game, which probably hampers his Origin selection. So if you got any of those guys, you're probably happy to get them.
I know Fanua Blake finally got a poor score. He was due, but once again, don't worry about him. He's going to come back. He got 37.
He'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. No SJ Toru Harris or RTS yet, so keep an eye on them.
I would keep a close eye on Chance as well. Playing at 5'8", he was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was very good.
Running the ball, he was getting involved. I think he got like maybe one try assist. But he, considering like the game he had, 53, I think he's one to keep an eye on in the next few weeks as well.
And Max Plath returns from concussion for the Dolphins. That's big news for anyone that picked him up last week because he'll probably play the first bye round as well. So big news there for the Finns. Look, I know
a lot of people picked up Ewan Aitken last week as well.
Yeah.
I think he got 48.
I was one of them. So you take 48. You
take it.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of what you'd expect, like buying him last week.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Plays around 13.
Yeah, big time. Look, not the best TLT there, that's for sure. But next week is going to be very interesting. I'll be buying anyone that plays round 13 this week for sure.
Yeah.
Look, trades might be an issue. I mean, I'm only at 17 in my personal team, all outs in 17. We do get those extra trades in 8 weeks' time, but I would honestly do everything you can to get at least 12, 11 players this week or for round 13, should I say.
Yeah, and something to note as well is for that round 13, if you don't know, that it's only your starting team that actually gets the points.
Yeah.
So not only just buy people that play around 13, but also see what positions you need exactly, because you could have people that play, but you don't get their points because they're on your bench. So just make sure you go to round 13 and check who's playing and what positions you need specifically.
Yeah, well said. The boys will be back for buy, hold, sell on Wednesday. I believe that's going to be out. TLT is done. It's going to be a good round, Indigenous round. There's some good games here, some really good games. But the boys will be back on Wednesday. I think it's going to be out Thursday. So buy, hold, sell Thursday for all of you. And we will see you next week.
Easy. Also follow the Instagram. We'll be answering questions in the story if you have any, and just DM us as well. So
Will do.
see you next week.
See ya.